YouTube, this is my first guide. I'm gonna do the Unholy Death Knight for the beginning of Warlords of Drain, or about a month into the expansion. I'm sitting at 634 item level right now. Got full hero, got the 680 ring. Alright, so I think my damage is pretty good. I'll be ready for LFR this week. So for Unholy, your stat priority is Strength, Multi-Strike, Mastery, Crit, Versatility, and Haste. Obviously, Strength increases all your physical damage from your attacks, which is Skirt Strike basically. Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike is a new stat. What it does, your attacks have a chance to split twice for 30% damage of the normal value. So your dots are constantly ticking. You're going to be constantly attacking people. Your defile is going to be ticking. So, this is great. There's Mastery, increases your shadow damage. Skirt Strike, shadow damage. Defile, Shadow Frost, still has shadow. Blood Plague, shadow. Everything does shadow. Crit, crit, you get your crits. Versatility sounds very appealing, but it's really not. Increases your damage done by a set percentage and decreases damage by half of that percent. Just not that good. We can't get enough of the stat. And then Haste, we already get the passive haste boost from Unholy Presence, so it's not that good. On the talents. So, first set, we got Plague Bearer, Plague Leech, and Holy Blight. Plague Bearer, pretty lackluster. You don't need Death Coil to refresh your runes. You have Festering Strike. So, Unholy Blight is pretty good if you want to get your disease on everybody at once, but that's still pretty pointless. So, obviously, you want to go Plague Leech. It's going to bring a slight DPS boost for a single target, because you want to go Plague Leech, and then Outbreak. You want to do it whenever Outbreak is up, and it's going to give you free 2 runes. Second one, Lichborn, Anti-Magic Zone, Purgatory. All preferable. Anti-Magic Zone, want to help your group out. Lichborn, yeah, if you want to leech some damage. I go Purgatory, because that way I can't die. And then when that comes up, I use Death Pact, I'm back to life. Get a second chance. Third one, Death's Advance, Chillblains, Asphyxiate. I mean, for PvE, Death Advance, you move faster. I mean, what more do you want? See something on the floor, move out of it. Chillblains, no. You don't want to reduce their movement, you want to get out of stuff faster. Asphyxiate, only good for PvP. The next tier, Blood Tap, Runic Empowerment, Runic Corruption. All uses your runic power and your runes. Blood Tap, you get 5 stacks from using skills that cost runic power. You get to 5. You activate a random rune as a death rune, which can be used as anything. There's Runic Empowerment. When you spend runic power, you have a 1.5% chance to activate a random, fully depleted rune. Runic Corruption, same percentage, but you increase your runic regeneration by 100%. Now, Runic Empowerment may sound really good, but you want to go Corruption, because with your Unholy's passive, your haste is already increased by 20%, so your stuff is already coming back faster than it does for other specs. So you're never really going to have a rarely fully depleted rune. That's why you want Runic Corruption to bring your runes coming back all the time. Blood Tap, just no. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th tier, all for self-healing. All of them are pretty lackluster except for Death Pact. Heal yourself for 50% of your health. I mean, what more do you want? Where's the 6? 6th tier. Sorry, yawning. All is pretty much preferable. Gorfine's Grasp it's basically a death grip, but for everybody around you, and puts them into one target. Remorseless Winter, once it gets to 5 stacks as it hits people, everything is stunned. Desecrated Ground, it's basically a PvP trinket for you. So, pretty preferable. I use Remorseless Winter to help stun mobs, or like ads on a boss. Now the new 100 talents: Necrotic Plague, Defile, and Breath of Syndragosa. So, Necrotic Plague basically replaces your Blood Plague and your Frost Fever with this one disease. It does Shadow Frost damage, so Mastery from Frost and from Unholy both boost it. It lasts for 30 seconds and it gains a tick every 2 seconds. When you do the math, it ends up doing the same amount of damage as your 2 diseases do already. So, it just doesn't provide that much of a damage boost. Breath of Syndragosa costs 15 runic power, and then for every second after, 15 more runic power. You deal X amount of Shadow Frost damage, and then it causes you to be healed for 10% of the damage dealt. I mean, it costs a lot of runic power. You want to use your runic power for your death coil, so Defile basically gives you a steroid up Death of Decay, which just does massive amounts of damage. So, obvious choice is Defile. So, your cooldowns. For your cooldown, offensive cooldowns, you have Gargoyle, and that's pretty much it, I think. I guess you have Dark Transformation, but I'll get to that later. Gargoyle, you know, summon a Gargoyle, comes and attacks, does damage. The more haste you have, the more attacks it's going to get in. So I'm a troll. My passive cooldown increase my haste by 15%. I line them up. You'll want to, if you're not a troll, you want to line it up with haste buffs like Lust or Time Warp. And then, yeah. So the main thing about Unholy is you get a pet right here, and it's where the majority, well, not the majority, but it's where a lot of your damage is going to come from. So your pet already does, you know, pretty shitty damage, but with Death Coil, for every Death Coil, you're going to get a stack of Shadow Infusion. Shadow Infusion, each stack increases your pet's damage dealt by 10%. When it stacks up to 5 times, you can use Dark Transformation. What it does, summons a super powerful ghoul for 50% more damage, but it lasts longer than Dark Infusion would. So that's what you want to spend your it's what you want to spend your Death Coils on, and then get that going. And then most people like to save all their runic power while they already have their minion transformed. But I found I still get a lot of runic power anyway, so I would just keep casting runic Death Coil even while I already have Dark Transformation up. Alright, so now we're doing rotation. So rotation, I rate like, so we're doing single target. I like to start off with Outbreak, Festering Strikes, and then dual Scourge Strikes. Then I want to go Plague Leech, Plague Strike, and then Scourge Strike for the rest of your runes. And I spend all my runic power and my procs on Death Coil. And you see you start to get your runes back. You want to use your Blood and Frost rune Festering Strike to increase the duration of your diseases. And you want to use your Death runes and your Holy runes for your Scourge Strike. So Death Coil, there's Dark Transformation right there. And so now we'll get to Defile, because at your Holy, you should be using Death and Decay part of your rotation. So you're going to just keep Defile up for what happens as it goes. Keep it up. If you mess up like I do, I have one blood before I have any Frost, but I'll just use that blood Festering Strike. Now when you use a Blood and Frost rune with Festering Strike, that's going to become Death Rune. And see, even though I have no Blood and Frost, I can still use Festering Strikes and they come back as Death. So if I have like one Blood but no Frost, I'll do that so I have all Death. So, oh, and then another cooldown, you have Army of the Dead. So, I'll stop my minion, and you can just watch me. I'm gonna use my trinket cooldown I have, which increases my crit, and I'll use Army too. Army just summons a bunch of ghouls to fight for you. So, let's see how I do real quick. Watch how it goes.
It's too far.
It just refreshes all your wounds, no matter death, frost, blood. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed anything, it's my first guide. I'm trying to do it just all knowing my class, don't have anything written down. So, thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it, guys.